Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work, man. Today was actually a great day. It's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, and I got a chance to actually work from home today. We're working on some racks. We got a bunch of those out today, and that feels real good. We got some more on the works and stuff. So if you ordered one, you'll get a email from stamps.com with the tracking number, let you know it's on the way. If it hasn't been out yet, well, we're working on it. We'll get it to you soon. So, and I've been down here actually working on the set in the studio, and we're going to be bringing something new to you. I want to do kind of almost like television type programming to you, and we're going to be doing our pilot. Yeah, there's Michael Anthony Fitness. We're going to be doing our pilot tonight. I'm just waiting for DMV Dallas Cowboys, and it will be done in kind of like a show format. And at some point, once I get to my Roku channel and my Amazon Prime channel, they'll be on those on a regular day and time and stuff. So be on the lookout for it. But what I wanted to talk to you about was today. Bleacher Report had a thing talking about the big free agents and possible compensation and where they may land. Well, they were talking about Dak Prescott because he's considered the crown jewel of this offseason. And believe me, Cowboy fans that say he's a bum, he's going to be overpaid, you can't build a team and everything else, believe me, other teams are lining up to try and get him. So if you don't want him, don't worry, he will find a home. That is not an issue. Now, here's what their statement was. They believe that the Dallas Cowboys will get a deal done, a long-term deal. And let me give you, let me first start by this. He was franchise tagged this year, getting $33 million. Okay, all right, that's fully guaranteed money. That's a hard number. If the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott cannot get a long-term deal done, they can franchise tag him, which is $37.7 million. And I know some of you say, man, well, just franchise tag him. That way, if he doesn't perform, we can just get rid of his ass. We won't have a Carson Wentz situation. Okay, I get what you're saying. However, the interesting thing about, why does he keep walking back? What is this? I feel like I'm being stalked. Are you stalking me?
You asked me to clean up the areas. That's what I'm doing.
I mean, you don't have to clean it up. It's making me nervous. I'm like, I'm just kind of, it's like he's hovering behind me. Okay, all right. But anyway, if we franchise tag him, the franchise tag, of course, automatically goes with the raise. Franchise tag works on the average of the top five. That's what you get. The second year, you get that plus the appreciation. The third year, it really goes crazy. So if the Cowboys franchise tag him this year, it's $37.7 million. Now, here's the crazy thing. As much as we say that's a great idea, the problem is the price never comes down. You don't franchise tag him and then the next year that the quarterback market goes down. When Washington franchise tagged Kirk Cousins, it was $19 million the first year. It was $25 the second. He signs a deal with $28 for 3 years, fully guaranteed with Minnesota. And then after the first 2 years, he signs for 2 more years, fully guaranteed at $33. And I'm sure when his deal is up, that somebody will pay him more than what he's getting now, unless he's shot. So for the Cowboys, you don't want to have that $37.7 million. So what they've come up with is their estimated deal for Dak Prescott is a 4-year, $158 million contract, averaging $39.5 million a year, which would be $500,000 more than Deshaun Watson. Now, here's the problem for the Cowboys. The clock is ticking. And I sound like a broken clock because I've told you before that the clock is ticking on Dak Prescott. Because from the time that Russell Wilson's deal was imminent, when he was basically saying, I want to get my deal, I kept telling you, get yours done before his, because he will reset the market. And he did. Set it at 35, and then it was Big Ben at 34, and Aaron Rodgers at 34, and so on. And that was the high mark. Well, the same thing's happened again. Pat Mahomes has his deal that averages $45 million a year. So here's the thing. Here's what's interesting. If we go into paying Dak Prescott $37.7 million, that will actually be the third highest actual compensation going out for 21 as a quarterback. That's if, and it could be number one, that's if Big Ben comes back and Matt Ryan doesn't get released by the Atlanta Falcons. Because here's the thing, because their deals, Ben Roethlisberger's deal as well as Matt Ryan's deals, because their deals were done a couple years ago where they kind of reduced the amount of money on the front end to save some cap room, they kicked it down the road. So if Big Ben comes back next year, if they don't restructure his contract, it's $41.25 million is what it will be his cap number. Even though it's actually only $19 million that they're paying him this year, the cap number will be 41.2. Matty Ice will be 40, almost 41. Aaron Rodgers will be 37. Drew Brees will be 36, but Drew Brees is retiring. And from there, Carson Wentz 34, Jared Goff 34, as the cap numbers. Now, here's the amazing thing. What you think about this? Pat Mahomes signed his contract for $45 million, right? He's not. We're actually, let me go down here.
And the deal doesn't start for, I think, another year or two.
Pat Mahomes is only getting $24 million, 24.8 on the cap this year. 45 is the average, but he's only getting 24. And let me give you one other one too. Deshaun Watson, who signed the second biggest deal, his cap number for this year is 15.9. $39 million, the cap hit is 15.9. You understanding that, right? These guys aren't even in the top 10 in what the quarterbacks are getting paid this year coming up, which is why it behooves you to get Dak Prescott's deal done. So now, back to what they were estimating. They were saying $115 million guaranteed on the contract with $75 million guaranteed at signing. So you're going to get a big fat check at the beginning to start out with. But what you can do is basically that's saying that 3 of the years are guaranteed, the 4th year's not. You can prorate that. You can kind of hide that number. So that way that $39 million average first year might only be about 25, which gives you cap space to be able to make some other maneuvers. There's some places where you've got some, where you can restructure, and I'm not saying restructure everybody. You wouldn't want to restructure Tyron Smith again. I'm sorry, you just don't do that because the end is near. But you look at Zach Martin, that's a deal that you can say, well, Zach Martin, he's getting up there, but he's got a lot of miles left on it. We could restructure his deal and get some. You could do the same thing with Amari Cooper, because Amari Cooper next year is really all the money that you have to pay him. That's the last of the guaranteed money. So you can look at Amari Cooper and say, we can restructure that deal and grab an extra $10 million or something like that. Because with Dan Quinn coming in as your head coach, your defensive coordinator, you're going to need some guys on the defense. You need a ball hawking free safety. You do. And you need some physical cornerbacks. Now, this year in free agency, there's some really good safeties that are out there that you could end up signing. If you can get a good, and I'm not saying go for a Clinton Ha-Ha Dix. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, there's John. I'm talking about getting a real safety, a real free agent, not a bargain basement guy. And this is where you must get Dak Prescott's deal done so that way you can do that. So that being said, I can finish this off right now, and we're going to get recording for our new programming. All right, tell me what you think. $39.5 million for Dak Prescott. Is that a winner, or are you guys pissed?
I wouldn't mind paying that for